Hi, friends. Welcome to this latest episode of The Nationalist View. And we have with us Mr. Salahuddin Shoaib Chaudhry. Mr. Chaudhry, thank you so much. Mr. Chaudhry is editor in chief of Bangladesh leading weekly Blitz, and he is also a counter-terrorism expert who writes extensively research papers and who is extensively quoted in both Indian subcontinent, as well as in the global media. Mr. Chaudhry, the developments are taking place very rapidly. A ceasefire has been announced. But overall, how do you look at the war which happened over the last few days? Has Pakistan been on the back foot, or as Pakistan is claiming, that it had troubled India so much that India went for the ceasefire? So, overall, your assessment of the outcome so far?
Thank you very much, Arunji. As both of us know, that Pakistan is actually following the Hamas playbook. So we have seen what has happened in the past with Hamas. Even there was ceasefire initiated by the Western countries, including the United States. Hamas never uh, followed that procedures or rules of the ceasefire. In my opinion, Pakistan is currently under the direct administration, I would say, of terrorists and jihadists like Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Al-Qaeda, etc. And Pakistani army and its ISI itself, those are terrorist entities. Asif Munir, he is a terrorist kingpin. So I don't think that Pakistan is going to really follow the ceasefire. Now, about back foot, yes, Pakistan has, as I said, it is the Hamas playbook. Whenever Israel had extensive attacks on Hamas, even the Hezbollah, they went on back foot. But terrorists, we should not trust the terrorists because Pakistan is not a country. It's a terrorist entity. We cannot trust the terrorists. And I don't think that Pakistan is going to follow the procedures of ceasefire. And Donald Trump himself is aware. But here, one more issues that we may discuss that during this few days, the actions, Indian actions, it was more like year-to-year actions, where American F-16 and others, it has been proved to be useless, worthless. It could not face India's supersonic cruise missiles and BrahMos, and India has many other things on its shelf. They are not yet showing those. So forget about Pakistan. Even combined, Pakistan, China, Turkey, and also United States together, they cannot fight India because Hamas was fighting only against Israel. But India has many allies, for example, Israel, Russia, and many other countries, and India itself is a technological and defense technology superpower, growing superpower, military power. So Pakistan will be further devastated, destroyed, and that is exactly what happens to terrorists. And unless, as we say when we're talking about Gaza, that unless Hamas is annihilated, there would be no peace in that part of the world. And unless the terrorist entity named Pakistan is not annihilated, and along with its military and so-called spy agency, there cannot be peace in this region. For the sake of the peace in this region, including Bangladesh, Pakistan's annihilation is essential, and I'm sure India will do that.
Mr. Chaudhry, now coming to Bangladesh, because after there was a regime change there, when Yunus regime took over. So over the last few days, there's not been much talk about Bangladesh, but I believe there are rapid developments there, and I read a report written by Chandan Nandi, who is a defense expert, and he wrote a very interesting report that a few U.S. officers, Air Force, security officers, security force officers, and intelligence officers, so they landed, including some private contractors. So they landed there, and Bangladesh shares a border with Myanmar, and Bangladesh also has a number of Rohingya Muslims. So, and Pakistan has been trying to use during Yunus regime Bangladesh as a base to launch, new terror activities or to turn it into a terror hub. So, what's happening? Why this? How do you see this? Because this thing of the U.S. Uh, security people landing there, and so what's happening across Myanmar? What is US gameplay? What is Pakistan's gameplay? And how do you look this panning out over the next few months?
First of all, we need to make one thing very clear that Trump, during his second tenure term, he is a completely confused person. He doesn't know what to do because he has made some pledges regarding Ukraine, pledges about Gaza, and where everything has fallen flat. Trump has failed in doing what he promised to do. He even promised to do something for the Hindus in Bangladesh and Christians and religious minorities and helping them, saving them from the ongoing, in Trump's word, uh, violent extremism. But nothing is happening, meaning America is not under the control of Trump. It is still under the control of the deep state. And that very deep state, which has created Al Qaeda, which has created Islamic State, Lashkar-e-Taiba, all other terrorist entities in this world, including Jaish Muhammad. The same deep state is on play in Bangladesh. And you correctly said, referring to Mr. Chandan Nandi, who mentioned that about the arrival of a few officials in Dhaka, and they held meeting with the so-called National Security Advisor of Yunus regime. And according to Mr. Nandi, that American military aircraft are arriving in Bangladesh with some unknown cargoes, and all of us, we know what is that unknown cargo. Now, prior to this, America has also involved United Nations. We know how United Nations has played the role of transporting weapons and explosives to Hamas, also to Hezbollah, because United Nations is actually a mercenary of the American deep state. So in Bangladesh also, under the garb of UN humanitarian support, these communities are entering, and America's intention is to occupy Myanmar by giving weapons to Arakan army. And you are correctly said that there were 1.2 million Rohingyas in this country. But after this, Antonio Guterres visited the Rohingya camps recently, the number of Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh is now 1.5 million plus. Every day, even now when we are talking, Rohingyas are entering Bangladesh. And under no circumstances, Arakan army will give any concession to Rohingyas. So weapons to Arakan army for ousting the Myanmar government, meaning it's a direct challenge to China. So China will definitely intervene, because if America succeeds in capturing Myanmar through Arakan army, then America will try to further infiltrate inside China, using the same insurgents or some more insurgents inside China. So this is a very serious threat to China. Also, it's a threat to India, because the Chittagong Hill Tract, where the Rohingya camps are located, so there are also some northeastern states within the borders of the Chittagong Hill Tract. And to my information, there is a rainforest named Kasalong. Kasalong. It is in Chittagong Hill Tract. And in that rainforest, there is a river called Masalong. And on the bank of the river Masalong, there are a number of ULFA camps already installed by this Yunus regime with the direct cooperation, participation of Pakistani ISI. So this is clearly the deep state is pushing Bangladesh to a dangerous regional world, which will definitely compel our armed forces, Bangladesh armed forces, to go into confrontation with possibly with the Myanmar army, also with Arakan army, because Bangladesh army will try to let the Rohingyas return to their country, which Arakan army will never accept. And Yunus knows this very well, that Rohingyas can never go back to Myanmar if Arakan army gets the American support. So this is a dangerous conspiracy of the American deep state to completely destroy Bangladesh army, push Bangladesh armed forces towards death and destruction. Similarly, what they have done in Ukraine, we know that Ukrainian soldiers are dying every day. So they are going to push Bangladesh armed forces to a death trap against the Arakan army, against the Chinese army, and possibly also with the Indian army. And also we know that some drones are being transported from Turkey to Bangladesh. It is being transported by Pakistani ISI. And then why they are bringing the drones to Bangladesh, we all understand. The ultimate agenda is to have some attacks, terrorist attacks, targeting the northeastern states in India. Because we know that Yunus, sitting in China, he said that the Northeast is landlocked and he is the guardian of the ocean. And few days ago, one of the key officials of Yunus regime, Major General retired ALM Fazlur Rahman, he categorically said on his Facebook account, if India attacks Pakistan, they would like to capture Northeast. So this is a big blueprint of Pakistani ISI to absolutely destabilize Bangladesh and take revenge of 1971 by destroying this country. And Yunus is a mercenary, and all other advisors of Yunus, most of whom are either American citizen or British citizen or citizen of some Western countries. I am saying it on record. They are not Bangladeshis. So this is similarly, if you remember, same thing happened with Iraq, where Iraqi advisors were all foreign nationals. So Bangladesh has been held hostage by the foreign mercenaries, I should say, Western mercenaries, and particularly American mercenaries. So it is a very serious time approaching for us as a citizen of Bangladesh. I'm extremely worried for my country, because we don't want my country become another Ukraine. We don't want my country become a Gaza. But unfortunately, Donald Trump is facilitating this blueprint through silence. And I should say, if I'm saying actually, he is not only facilitating, he is patronizing. So Trump is now showing his real face. In his first term, we saw his face where he was against the militancy, Islamic jihadists. But this time, I think, sir, Trump is becoming a patron of Islamic jihadists, particularly in Bangladesh and also in Pakistan.
So one last question. I think there was a huge public gathering today in Dhaka, and the demand for banning Awami League and targeting Awami League cadres. So that has been growing. But so when we see these things happening, so how do you see the Pakistan's ISI's play or Pakistan's play in this thing? And what is how do you look at the US play in this thing, especially in context of implications for India's regional security? If I sum it up, basically, are the situations becoming more and more conducive for the Pakistan to use Bangladesh or turn Bangladesh into another launch pad for subversive and terror activities and radical Islamist activities against India?
You see, in 1971, when India supported us in gaining independence, America was openly supporting Pakistan. And as I said, Pakistan wants to take revenge of our independence, our victory, with the help of India. And America also wants to take the same revenge because at that time, India ignored the red eyes of United States and helped Bangladesh in becoming an independent nation. So this is what you mentioned, that it has been continuing for the last 3 days, that some so-called student coordinators of Yunus, all of them we know they are jihadis, extremists, Islamists, Hindu haters, India haters. They are demanding ban on Awami League and designate it as terrorist organization because Awami League led the war of independence of Bangladesh. So they want to destroy Awami League, they want to destroy Bangladesh, and they also want to destroy all of us, the 180 million Bengalis. Now, Awami League, out of the 120 million voters, their vote bank is plus minus 45 million, which is not a small number. And of course, since our Sheikh Hasina left Bangladesh on 5th of August last year, Awami League has almost become an underground party. They don't have a spokesperson. They have nothing except some existence on the social media. But now when they will declare Awami League as a terrorist entity, and when they will ban it, please, I'd like to humbly remind you that before the fall of Sheikh Hasina on 5th of August, she designated Jamaat Islami and banned it on the 1st of August. And in 4 days, she could not sustain. And Jamaat Islami is such a minor political party in Bangladesh, it does not even enjoy 3% of the vote banks total. That Awami League has 45%. And when they are attacking Awami League, I mean the Yunus regime, now another major political player on the field is Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP. They also understand they are the next target. They already are on the line of fire. So BNP Awami League combined is that plus minus 90 million voters. I think Yunus is now committing suicide. American deep state, Pakistanis, they are also committing suicide. And please remember that Yahya Khan, he also banned Awami League in 1971. And that resulted in our liberation war. I think a new liberation war is approaching for Bangladesh, where we have to neutralize, actually I should use the word annihilate, the Pakistani agents and collaborators in this country. And I think this is the second liberation war for all of us Bengalis to really become an independent nation free of Pakistani collaborators, Pakistani agents, and also Islamist and jihadist forces, including Jamaat Islami. I'm worried what is going to happen, but I'm very happy of the result because for us the most important factor in this case is we have the same India, which has helped gain us independence. India is not going to let Bangladesh be destroyed because this country was created by them, and they are not going to let their own creation be destroyed by anyone. And whatever we say, America or any other country or China, no one can do nothing with Bangladesh until Bangladesh is safeguarded by Bharat. And Pakistan, even India is not, it's 1,000 kilometers away from us. So these are daydreams for Americans, for Chinese, and also you know that in Ukraine, America can do this because it has supporters from the East European countries, some of them. In Afghanistan, it could do it because of Pakistani support. In Iraq, it could do it because Iraq was not getting any support from its neighbor. But Bangladesh is not like that. India is with us. India will be with us. And I think it's a journey beginning for the absolute elimination of Pakistani elements, Pakistani agents, Pakistani collaborators, and Pakistan sympathizers in this country.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chaudhary. And for our viewers, Mr. Chaudhary is based out of Dhaka and continues to pursue, very courageous journalism, and he is an inspiration for people like us, basically, who sit, hundreds of miles away in relatively very comfortable zones. He virtually, basically, is doing his journalism in, you can say, literally a war zone 24/7, and continues to hold such secular pro-Bharat and a very humanitarian approach and a very balanced and rational approach as far as counter-terrorism, countering the radical Islamism, and countering the terror activities, basically, which are pursued by Bangladesh and other neighbor Pakistan. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us so late at night, and we'll keep pursuing these issues, and we'll keep a watch on these issues, and stay safe. And you continue to inspire us. Thank you. And for our viewers, I'll be sharing the link of the Blitz website. You can read the latest investigative stories on Blitz website. I'll also be sharing the YouTube link of the Blitz YouTube channel. Please go and do subscribe to that, and please support, basically, journalism which is done by Mr. Chaudhary and his publication Blitz. Thank you so much, sir, once again.